Greetings, greetings, greetings to everyone and everything. We are the Dawn of Ascension show, and I am here with my Ascension Soul team, Susie, Gina, and Aubrey, and we're here to share our tools, our views, and our journey through these wild and wonky and crazy vibrations that we're living in right now. They're really, really wonky. Today, we would like to talk about words and spells and how they're like our personal magic because the precise choice of words that we tell ourselves and we tell others are very, very important. And we need to be mindful of that verbiage because that verbiage creates our reality, could be in our body and around us, as well as mirroring our reality back to us. Aubrey, please explain more about words, spells, and how they create our own reality.
Thanks, Arlene. So, um, when I do energy work on my clients, I'm working with your toroidal field, and what that looks like on a functional level is I'm often kind of working with this like tree-like structure in the middle of your toroidal field. Toroidal field kind of looks like a donut. A lot of you have seen it, but there's like a center column in the middle, and so the very top. You can look at as like branches of a tree and the like your crown, and then your root looks like a root structure. And a lot of, people don't necessarily have an open root structure the same way they have a crown. Um, Now, so when I work with your crown and your root, they kind of mirror each other. So like anything that's happening in your crown is also mirrored in your root. And then as it moves up, what's happening in your kind of sacral and creative center often is mirrored. It's kind of in this whole area, but especially your throat. And so as what that tells me just on a basic energetic level is that our throat is a mirror of our creative center. When we use our voice, we're actually that's one of our most powerful tools. That's an entire expression of one of your chakras. And it's very easy when you're kind of in programmed in society and just programmed in the way things that you like were are as like in the way that you grew up. Sorry, that was not very eloquent at all. But the way that you grew up kind of like creates these like programs and ways of thinking. Um, that what you'll find that you're often expressing with your entire throat chakra um, ideas or views that keep you very limited. And so being aware that how powerful your voice is going to massively change your life if you then start using it to shift things in your life. It can be a tool to shift. So if you start saying things that you don't necessarily believe, like I am powerful, I am safe, I am healed, and using very powerful statements with your voice, that will actually start telling your energetic signature that those things are true because you're using your entire chakra. And it might seem a little hard at first to do that, but you'll notice that you're already doing it with things that aren't good. Like I think Gina brought up the example. Oh, my bad. Like if you do something wrong, oh, my bad. You're telling yourself that you're bad. um, and Gina has more examples that she's about to share with us, but we we are already being used. So why not use your tools you have to shift yourself into higher frequencies?
That's very good information and very, very powerful. Does the does the expression in our voice, does that help create more power? Like an actor can speak more boldly or more softly or add a little giggle to something. Does that help create more strength in these verbiage spells?
I mean, our everything is everything is frequency. And so if you're using your voice to sing or to use expression in order to kind of to transport yourself into situations in which you feel like an actor, like if you use your expression to really sell something so that you believe it even more, that is absolutely a powerful tool.
Oh, great, great. Ooh, thank you for that. Gina, 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 give us what you got, girl.
Well, one of the other examples that I, I went to lunch with a girlfriend the other day, and the waitress, every every other word, well, pretty much the only words out of her mouth for everything was no problem, no problem. Well, your brain doesn't hear no, so that's a problem. It would be much better if she said, okay, that would be great, or I'll get that, or I'll be right back with your whatever. But no problem, and leaving makes me think there's a problem. I don't know. Um, so, how many times in a day do you say no problem to stuff? Pay attention, or my bad. I've got at least four friends that use that a lot, and it's like, ooh, you gotta stop. You're not bad. You're good. Um, so that's really important. And another thing that I've heard, and I haven't really had to try it because I haven't been in that state, but when you're really feeling anxious and upset about things, start humming, because
Mm.
humming takes that frequency out of your brain of the fear and anxiety and calms you down. And it feels like that's important to let you know about now.
I also want to I would also like to say that Gina is the one that corrects our verbiage more than anyone. She is always, I mean, she just came like this and she just does this, but she's always correcting our verbiage so that we're not putting ourselves down and that we're creating the most positive magic that we can within ourselves. And sometimes we want to kick her, but we turn around and give her a big hug and kiss for it too, because she does keep us in line. Huh, Susie?
Absolutely.
Sorry, girls. There it goes.
Gina.
So that is her subject, you guys. Susie, 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 fairy cards. What do they say about this subject today?
Oh, thanks so much, Arlene, for that. And the messages today, absolutely amazing. Our fairy message today, however, is all about curiosity. Um, And here we see a stranger, and he's moving past fear. He's all about acceptance. And are you moving through the world in darkness? Is there a presence of uncertainty or maybe danger? And do we need to look a little closer? And also, can we muster up the courage to be open to what we need to find? You might only be looking at what's safe and known to you. So, in order to broaden our world and our experience, we can let go of the illusion that sameness is the only way. And something really great is being offered if we remain curious and reachable, and we leave all of our expectations behind. But the stranger does have an invite for all of you, and he wants you to dance to a new tempo, a new sensation that will give you the ability to create. I don't know why I get so excited about creating, but I just do. And this is your moment. So take the risk. And today we also have tarot card, and it's the Ace of Sword. WNZ boson. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. WNZ bosons are carrier particles and regulate the rate of decay within atoms. And the Ace of Sword expresses sharpness and focus of the mind. So, how does this card help us with moving past fear and just allow that curiosity and acceptance for ourselves?
Well, I think that there's a really sincere truth about energy and this path that I'm sure everyone who's listening to this is on this on the same path that we're on here. That when things are true, when they're really coming from your heart, they're very clear. It's very, very clear. And it seems counterintuitive sometimes to choose into curiosity and gratitude and all the things that we preach about here, because it seems like you're just sort of just being more positive, and that can't possibly bring the type of sharpness and clarity that we're looking for. But truthfully, that what choosing into higher vibrational thoughts and words and uh just way of living is what's going to bring that clarity. It stops the all of the chaos and nonsense from kind of coming into our field.
Well, I'm sure glad that we have a way, a personal tool, and a very effective way to change our own reality and have control in our own lives without making it everyone else's responsibility, that they have to change what they say and how they treat us, that we have that power within ourselves. That's wonderful.
Arlene, hang on, before we do that, I just have to, I keep being told to share this dream that I had this week, and so I'm going to go ahead and share it. Um, And I often, so when you're in dream states, there are just dreams in which it is your brain processing things. There's also astral experiences and more traveling experiences or parallel realities that you're experiencing. So this one was genuinely just a dream. I really checked in with it, but um, I was with a dear friend of mine, and he and I were starting a company of some sort, and we kept going to and trying to make this company work, and I kept saying that's not going to work. No. And then we would go somewhere else and try to do something else. I'm like, no, what? Stop it. This isn't going to work. And I kept saying this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. And at some like he was off. He was lovely to me, but when I woke up, I was so upset with myself. I have never been more miffed. Okay, I've been more miffed, but I woke up that morning so ready to choose in and say yes to everything and being willing to and open to the idea that everything in my life is going to work, because I could see in that series of events that was happening that I was the one that was creating things not working. And if you are certain that things aren't going to work, or if you get stuck in your ways and are and things need to be a certain way and don't actually take the leaps that you need to take, you are the problem. Yeah, it's all you.
Wow, that really defined a lot right there. That was like the synopsis of what we were discussing today, and how powerful dreams are. Dreams are nothing to just poo-poo over and ignore. They are very, very powerful tools. So, Susie, I think we have incoming now.
Mhm.
Beep, 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 beep. Who do we got today, Aubrey? Who's here to chat with us?
Um, Today we have some cats, and they're not being very forthcoming. So let me check in 1 second.
They can be so aloof, can't they?
Um, I do actually think their aloofness is part of what they're trying to communicate here. I think that they want to show how unbothered they are. Is kind of they're kind of walking in and being not bothered. And so They're taking up space and they are claiming their presence being here. They like when I asked who wants to speak today, they wanted to speak, but they're not speaking. They're just being here. They're embodying their presence, and I think that that is a really good example for all of us that you exist, and that's not a bad thing. You're allowed to take up space. You have every right to be where you are, and in fact, you are meant to, and it should be celebrated, and you just you existing is a celebration. And so everything that you put on yourself about whether or not you deserve to be in a specific situation or whether or not you are wanted like all of that, all of the worthiness that is inevitably going to come up. Just know that you can be like a cat. You can be completely unbothered by all of it. You actually have the choice.
That's a wonderful message. Those cats, they nailed everything, didn't they? They are just great. Thank you, cats. Thank you.
And sometimes it's good to just be, to pause in whatever's happening and look around to see if there's a different perspective that would make it happen better.
Divine timing is everything.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, if anyone has a comment that they would like to make, um, we invite you to drop a line in our comment section down below. And other than that, we would like to thank everyone and everything for joining us today on our little chat about our tools, our views, and our journey through these wild and wonky times on the Dawn of Ascension show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.
Bye.